It is way too early to be falling in love with players for 2023 fantasy football. Or is it?
Yo, Headliner Nation, before Jake takes us on a journey of fantasy goodness, I gotta remind everybody that for Super Bowl 57, we are doing a $500 pristine auction credit giveaway. And also on top of that, if you win, you can pick one of the signed jerseys that we already have in-house. How do you get signed up to win this? First off, head over to pristineauction.com. Create a free account where you're gonna get a $10 credit when you use code word headliners. After you do that, leave a comment on this video. Let us know what you might be looking for from Pristine Auction, what you think would look really good in your house, and what you would spend that $500 credit on. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully y'all get out there, get that account made, and get yourselves eligible for this banger of a giveaway. Jake, take it away.
Even though the fantasy football offseason is upon us, there's a few guys that I'm going to be paying attention to here in the coming weeks and months because they could be huge values for us this season. Now, obviously a lot can change with free agency and the NFL draft, so you're not about to label players as sleepers, breakouts, but it's too damn early for that. But there are a few names we're paying close attention to, starting right here at the first guy on my list. It's George Pickens of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I think a lot of people are going to be excited to watch George Pickens here in his second year with second-year quarterback Kenny Pickett in an offense that we expect to be opened up a little bit here in 2023. Not so vanilla, not really what we saw in 2022, and we saw some big-time highlight reel plays from George Pickens. And this guy is a bona fide stud. He just needs volume. He needs targets. On the opposite side of him, it looks like we'll still have Deontay Johnson taking away some of that defensive attention with Najee in the backfield, Kenny Pickett in his second year, and now all of a sudden George Pickens is in line to have a great season. The biggest issue last year, they're trying to push him down the field too often, right? His average depth of target for the year was 15.6 yards. That's third highest among all wide receivers in the NFL. However, he ranks 7th among all wide receivers in deep targets with 28. 28 out of his 84 targets were deep shots. That's a third of his targets. If we can really rein him into this offense, use him a little bit more in that chain mover role that we always see Deontay Johnson in, this guy could have a huge opportunity in his second year to really pop with Kenny Pickett. How about Jerry Jeudy? I know I can hear the crickets out there. Not a lot of people too excited about what they got from the Broncos in 2022, but 2023 is going to start off on a better foot. I guess it can't start off much worse, right? No Nathaniel Hackett, though, which is great. The last 3 games of the season without him, I hate to say it, Russell Wilson was quarterback 2 in fantasy football. Over that span, Jerry Jeudy was wide receiver 5 over the last 3 games played. He only had 3 100-yard games all year long, 2 of them in the last 3 weeks, and now they've added Sean Payton. You have to expect this offense is going to get better than what it was last year. Up until his final year in New Orleans in 2021, Sean Payton had a top 12 offense in 16 straight years in the NFL. People are still going to be undervaluing a lot of players from Denver because they were being burned by them in 2022. I don't know about you, but Jerry Jeudy, I'm buying the dip on this one for sure. What about Terry McLaurin? No disrespect to Taylor Heineke or Carson Wentz, but the best thing for this offense is going to be Sam Howell under center, and can he start hot in this offense? Kind of pick up where he left off, because really, maybe on the outside looking in, maybe I'm the only one that feels this way. You can let me know down below in the comment section. It felt like Terry McLaurin had a down year, right? It didn't seem like there was too much excitement each and every week for Terry McLaurin. But he set a career high in receiving yards, a career high in total yards. He had 77 receptions and 1,220 yards. He was wide receiver 14 overall, and people just jumped ship altogether. He's had 120 plus targets in 3 straight seasons. He's had over 1,000 yards receiving in 3 straight seasons. The dude was 30 yards and 1 touchdown away from finishing inside the top 12 at the position and being an overall wide receiver 1 in 2022. Like I said, a lot of people are starting to gravitate towards these younger names, and some of these studs are starting to fall by the wayside. Terry McLaurin is somebody that we could get at a discount and that I love way too early here in 2023. What about Christian Kirk, Jacksonville Jaguars? Dude had a great season, right? 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns, both career highs. I'd like to say he earned his paycheck. That was a huge paycheck, though, so I mean, he did good. He exceeded expectations for sure. But now a lot of people want to point to the fact that this offense is adding Calvin Ridley, which is a good thing, but all of a sudden discounting Christian Kirk because of it. They're blowing it way out of proportion. Give me the guy with the established role, the proven production, and the chemistry with his quarterback in this offense next year. If anything, this is going to allow Christian Kirk time to stay in the slot, and in the slot is where he finds the most success, if you know what I mean. He had 494 snaps from the slot. That's 3rd most among all wide receivers in the NFL. Finished top 15 in targets, red zone targets, deep targets, receptions, receiving yards, yak, and touchdowns. He's going to be overlooked once again in 2023 by a few of those sexier names, some of those younger guys, but Christian Kirk could definitely repeat the numbers we saw this past year in 2023. What about Amari Cooper? I know I'm not really known for being anything pro Amari, but damn it, if the shoe fits, we're gonna put it on. And this dude was just buried and forgotten about in Cleveland, yet still finished wide receiver 9 overall last season. He tied a career high at 132 targets, and that's more than he had at any time in Dallas. Also had 1,160 yards receiving, missing his career high by only 30 yards. Had 9 touchdowns. That was a career high. Now, we saw Cleveland definitely become a little bit more pass happy once Deshaun Watson came back, and I expect that to continue again. The biggest issue, dude had 9 drops. He's playing wide receiver with oven mitts out there. Dude, he's channeling his inner Devin Funchess at the moment, but he's still getting so many targets. The volume is there, the production is there, and the price could be super cheap in 2023. Lastly, last guy, Jameson Williams, Detroit Lions. And we just mentioned it earlier, right? The love for young wide receivers, all the hype that surrounds them. Yet a lot of people are kind of forgetting about Jameson Williams because he didn't play much in 2022. But there was no setback for him. That was expected. That was part of the plan. We weren't anticipating a whole lot of Jameson Williams in 2022, and that's why we told everybody to avoid him last year. Not because of the talent, not because of the injury, just because he wasn't going to play much. But what about now? Well, he's on a top 12 offense in the NFL. DJ Chark, one of the deep threats in this offense, is now scheduled to be a free agent, and that's going to open up a lot of opportunity for, arguably one of the best rookie wide receivers that entered the NFL last year that so many people have forgot about. Kind of compare this to Travis Etienne from a couple years ago, right? He came in his rookie season, he was hurt and he did not play. Came in last year, technically his rookie year in the NFL. Dude put on a show at times. I can see something similar with Jameson Williams, and you're gonna get him at a crazy discounted price on a team that throws the ball and scores a lot of damn points. Jameson Williams is a name not to forget about. And as of right now, loving him here in 2023. But a lot's gonna change. What do you think about the guys in this show? Are you on the bandwagon? Are you off the bandwagon? Are you gonna fall in this off season or not? Like I said, a lot can change here over the coming weeks and coming months. Leave those comments down below. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and consider subscribing if you want all things fantasy football in 2023. But for now, do your part to make the world a better place, and we'll talk to you later.